So hello again, everyone. Welcome back. And we are at part two of our episode with Gary here on the Living Room Guitarist. We're having a discussion about enhancing our own kind of creativity, our own music by using different kind of effects. You know, if we plug into an amp, you've got a lot of choices out there in terms of clean sounds, overdrive, different types of effects that might just take a simple song you've created perhaps, or a piece of a song, and inspire you to do all kinds of different things with it once you see the different sounds you can make from your stuff. So Gary, let's talk about just a little bit more about how we can enhance our playing with effects that maybe we wouldn't even know were out there.
Right. Well, the effect that almost everybody wants to start with is overdrive. Everybody wants that big crunchy sound. And so I've got my guitar plugged in into a clean signal, and then I've inserted an overdrive into that signal. So you get, and that's what all of my students are like, yeah, that's what I want to sound like.
It's really the sound, but you know, you've got to have the skill underneath it, and that's why we practice and study and just noodle around on our own fretboards. But you know,
Yeah.
once you get something that you've got
And
developed,
again,
yeah.
this is changing, and I'm going to show you that right now, what happens there. So I am on the bridge pickup, which is usually the hottest pickup on most guitars, the loudest pickup. And the louder the pickup, the more distortion, the more signal goes into the overdrive, the more distortion it makes. Now, with the volume control turned down very low, and even up on the neck pickup, still very clean, and without touching anything other than volume control, very professional camera adjustment. Hear it clean up?
Yeah, so we just take a scale and all of a sudden we're a rock star.
I'm frozen in time.
Yeah, there we go. Now you're back.
Now, let's start working with the tone control with all of that too. If same place we were, but I'm going to take the tone control and turn it all the way off. So there's a whole different sound. You can get that very fat, round, old cream type sound where you're doing. Or you just had that muffled type of sound. And then you can get old crunchy Marshall type sounds, which is a real bright and all I'm doing, I haven't touched one thing on the effect at all. I'm doing all of that from the guitar. So you have so much control right at your fingertips. A friend of mine said many years ago, the ultimate channel switch for your amplifier happens to be on your guitar. It's called the volume control because you can completely change the sound with that. Is that making any sense?
Yeah, so no matter what type of effect we're using, we can control a lot more than we think just with the knobs on our own instrument, right?
Absolutely. Because this is what's considered a gain structured pedal, it reacts to whatever is going into it. Now, tone coloring pedals like chorus pedals and flangers and things like that have a little reaction depending on what tone you may put into them, but they're not going to get more chorus if you turn the guitar up or less chorus if you turn the guitar down. Those are coloring things, where these are tone shaping effects that react completely to how you play your instrument or what your instrument even is. Now, your Stratocaster has a humbucker on the back end, which probably has about twice as much output as mine does. So it would be even more distorted if you were on the bridge pickup there.
So it seems that everything there's three parts to a song that we play. There's our guitar, there's whatever effects we're using, and there's our relationship to it all and what we do. Am I right?
What he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's say you're starting off the song, it's got an intro, and you want a little bit of a crunch to it to kind of set the mood for the song. So I'm going to go, maybe I'll put my volume control at about halfway or so, like that. And we would start the song just... So I'm setting a mood, a little dark, so you know, okay, it's a ballad, it's got a little bit of darkness to it, wonder where it's going to go. And then maybe when it gets to the chorus, it builds. And I'm bringing the volume control up, going to my bridge pickup. And now I can go right back down to not touching anything but the guitar. So I have all of that control without having to worry about dancing on foot pedals and things like that. I can do it all from here.
Or yeah, so it may be, maybe we don't need always as much gear as we think and spending all this money on this stuff, because we have a lot at our fingertips, literally at our fingertips. Just with you get your settings on just maybe one type of pedal or something, and you've got a lot of control about what you can do with it just right here.
Absolutely. And that's what I tell my students. Get a good instrument, because that is going to open up all kinds of things for you. If you don't have an instrument that can produce the sounds, then you'll never, you're stuck, is what's going on there.
Right. So don't cheap out on yourself, folks, with your instruments. You probably know that already, but we do the best with what we have. So realize that that your own living room material can really be enhanced, by not spending all this money on all these different effects and stuff, because, in our living rooms, we don't necessarily need that, but it surely brings us joy to play and to just be inspired by sources that we didn't really know or maybe consider before. So this is a nice thing to have. Again, folks, please subscribe to the show. It's livingroomguitarist@gmail.com if you'd like to submit something. But otherwise, if you got a buddy who plays, anybody, just again, 12-string, 6-string, bass, acoustic, electric, we're all here together to inspire each other and bring our playing out and just expressing ourselves musically on this fretboard. Thanks so much for joining us today on The Living Room Guitarist.